Today's question is, if you are losing a child custody case you should be winning due to a lack of representation or inability to show the judge the truth of the situation, how do you turn things around? Now, this is a multi-part question. Is there a way to find out what the judge is thinking? A way to know if you're changing the judge's mind? Great questions. Most of the answers to these questions lies in the question itself. If you should be winning the arguments in your case but are losing due to a lack of representation, then that problem is solved by retaining the services of a good lawyer. Inability to show the judge the truth of the situation? Well, that requires finding a way or ways to do so. And that likely means also retaining a lawyer to learn what way or ways those are and to present the evidence in support of the truth properly and effectively. If you cannot afford a good attorney, then you need to find ways to compensate for that. And though that is easier to do than it has ever been due to the abundance of knowledge available on the internet and all of the DIY tools available online and through AI, it still requires a lot of personal time and effort to get a sufficient and competent handle on legal procedures, rules of evidence, applicable law, and persuasive legal arguments. It can be done, but if you decide to go that route, understand that it will fill the lion's share of all the time you used to spend after work and on weekends having fun, relaxing, and pursuing hobbies. I'm not exaggerating. Finding out what the judge is thinking. Okay, well, that's usually more art than science, more guesswork than figuring it out for a fact. But one of the traits of a good judge is keeping a poker face so that there is no perception of bias for or against either party to a lawsuit. So many judges will be happy to tell you or your attorney, you've made your point, now move on, and even the most inscrutable judge may have no qualms about telling you or your attorney that your attitude or presentation is irritating or disruptive and doing you no favors. But as far as knowing what the judge thinks of the merits of your case itself, that is hard to know. Even if you do know, it's often terribly difficult to get a judge to change his or her mind about how he or she feels about your case anyway. It's one thing to prove a fact objectively right or wrong. An ethical judge can't choose to reject a fact the judge does not like. But getting a judge to change his or her mind about his or her own values and worldview in the approach to that evidence is nigh unto impossible. So worrying about and investing a great deal of effort trying to learn what a judge thinks about the strength of your case is probably a waste of your resources and effort. Do keep your eyes and ears open to any hints and indications the judge may give you, but don't obsess over trying to know the judge's mind.